Okay, we want to talk about the controlling the backside defenders again with the threat of the naked and doing it from a multiple of formations, and how we can be multiple in our passing game and our play action game out of our nakeds, but also keep it simple for our guys in their rules and their route rules, and understanding how they fit into the formation determines what route they're running. Let's go back and look at our action here is starting out to the left. Okay, we're starting our action out to the left. Our quarterback's coming back to the right. So here's our number one receiver. So our number one, again, going back to what our rules are, number one is running the comeback route. He's running the curl route or comeback route, okay, depending on how you want to coach that. We've done it both ways. Number two, who happens to be a fullback in this particular formation, is in the flat. So one is on the comeback, two is in the flat. Number three, who's a tight end in this particular formation, he's in the hole, and number four is on the over route. So you got our number one. Number one is on the comeback, two's in the flat, three's in the hole, and four's in the over route. And we just keep that consistent, but we can change it up, and again, being multiple, but just by changing our formation and by changing the action in the backfield. Well, again, what we'd like to have, anytime that we have an opportunity to chip this defender, we talked about on the board, we have an opportunity for our fullback to kind of chip his way out, make sure that our quarterback gets the edge, and that's what allows us to get out on the perimeter and put pressure on those on the flat defender in the perimeter. Okay, you can see the same thing here. This time our number one receiver, we're going to start the action, going to start out to the left. We're coming back to the right. Number one's got the comeback. Number two, again, is in the flat. Number three is a tight end who's on the hole route. We wind up getting the ball to the hole route this time, which is a great route to throw. Number four is on the over. Okay, let's take a look at that one more time. So you can see all the routes. Again, you see the fullback is checking his way out, making sure we get a little bit of a chip. He probably could have given a little bit more of a shot on this defensive end to ensure that the quarterback gets the edge. But we're just going to chip our way out. Number one is coming on the comeback. Number two is in the flat. Number three is in the hole. Number four is on the over route. You get a nice completion to the tight end for about a 30-yard gain on a naked. And that's what you're trying to do on the naked, is just control the defense, make sure that they are respecting the fact that you could naked out of there. That's going to hold those backside defenders and open up your run game even more. Okay, again, now we're going to change the formation up again a little bit. Actually, this is the same formation, but now we're starting out to the right, coming back to the left. So number one has got the comeback. Number two is in the flat. Number three is in the hole. Number four is in the over. And the quarterback's read progression, again, we want to high-low the flat defender, and then we look for that hole route. We want to have a high-low on the flat defender, and then look for the hole route. The quickest throw to make is that, just to dump it off to the fullback and let him get his yards. The quarterback does a nice job of selling the run and then getting his eyes around, getting the ball out to the fullback. We want to finish our runs physically, knock people back, and we always want to be going forward at the end of our runs, which you see there our fullback did a nice job of. Now we're going to change the formation up a little bit. Okay, this time we're going to have the fullback, instead of being set weak, is going to be set strong. He's still going to be the number two receiver. So we're going to start the action out to the right. We're coming back to the left. Here's number one. He's on the comeback. Now number two, our fullback is coming from the backside. Just a way to be multiple in your play action game just by tweaking your formation. So the fullback's sneaking out into the flat underneath the line. Number three is still the tight end who's coming over on the hole route. And number four is on the over. Again, it keeps things consistent for your kids. It keeps them simple for your kids, but it makes you multiple as far as your play action game goes. This is a great route to run on a 3rd and 3 situation, 3rd and 4 situation, where you can slip your fullback kind of behind everybody. He gets lost in the shuffle and is able to come out the back door for an easy 5, 6, 7 yard gain. All right, here's another formation, one of our top ways to run our naked, which is out of our 20 personnel. Okay, this time we're going to start the action going over here to the right. We're going to come back to the left. Here's our number one receiver, so he's got the comeback. Number two now, we're going to give a little cross buck action in the backfield. So our number two receiver's coming out of the backfield, but we're giving a little crossing action. So number one's on the comeback. Number two's coming out of the backfield into the flat. Number three is now our slot receiver. We don't have a tight end in the game. It's our 20 personnel package, but it doesn't change our rules as far as our receivers go, which is, again, makes it multiple for our offense just by changing our formation. Number three's on the whole route. Number four's on the over. So you can be very multiple in your play action game just by changing the run action in the backfield and by changing the formation, but you're still not changing the read progression for the quarterback, and you're also not changing the route rules for your receivers. Okay, which makes it, again, you're able to be multiple, but yet be simple in your teaching progression, and you won't confuse your kids. You know, your guys can go out and execute with confidence. All right, another example of the same formation. Number one is on the comeback. Number two's coming out of the backfield this time. Again, crossing over. We got the little cross action going in the backfield. Now we hit the over route. Here comes number three on the over route. Quarterback does a nice job of attacking the perimeter, right? He gets his shoulder square, comes out of his fake and attacks the perimeter, then squares his shoulders up and makes the throw to the over route for the touchdown. This is a great red zone route. You're going to get man coverage down here. You've got the crossing action in the backfield by the backs, which can confuse the man coverage. And also you've got the play action aspect of it. And again, it holds those backside defenders, and it will open up your run game in the long run. Here's the same action, but now we're coming back to the slot receiver, okay? So we know that what we did, we talked about this on the board. This is a flop situation where number two and number three flop responsibilities, okay? So we want to get number three now in the flat. Number two is running the whole route, okay? So he's running the whole route. Number one's on the comeback. Number two's on the whole route. Number three is in the flat because we flopped it. Number four's still on the over. Now, the one thing, again, we get down here in the red zone, you got a quarterback that can run a little bit. You know, when you have teams that play man coverage, very rarely do they have a man that is assigned for the quarterback, assigned to the quarterback. Usually it's a defensive end. They've got a run-through linebacker here trying to make the play. But we've got the defense displaced here because they're chasing our receivers all over the place, and we've got an opportunity for our quarterback, who's a pretty good athlete, to make a play in space, which, again, goes back to our philosophy on offenses to get our guys out in space. This is an adjustment that we run off the naked where we want to take advantage of a corner that's being a little bit overly aggressive, and you can see over here, we're going to run our number one receiver. Instead of running him on the comeback now, we're going to run him on an out and up. We think we've got the corner where we know he's going to, bite on the out cut, and we got a shot for a big play here. But we still run this off of that naked action. And this gives us the opportunity, again, for a big play. You go back to the base philosophy of our offense. We want to stretch the field both vertically and horizontally. So we're going to make the defense defend the width of the field and the depth of the field, and the depth of the field being the deep ball. So we take advantage of the corner who's a little bit over aggressive on the out, and we turn it up and we tag. So we tag this route and give our kids a chance to make a big play. Quarterback does a nice job here of getting the ball off in space, and with a defender in his face, he's able to set his feet and again throw the ball vertically down the field. Another example of running this naked in the red zone. We talked about this being a great red zone play, and again, this is something that we went to a lot in the red zone, and we had a lot of success. Our quarterback does a nice job of staying alive off the naked and finding the over route for the touchdown. Again, the consistency is what you're looking for in your route running. Okay, you know, having the consistent reads, having consistency in your package, so that the quarterback knows when he comes off his fake, he knows where his receivers are going to be. He knows he's got somebody in the comeback, he's got a guy in the flat, he's got a guy in the whole route, and a guy on the overshot. Same thing here, a red zone route, finding the over route for a touchdown. And a big part in the game. Again, it also goes down to controlling those backside defenders, making the defense play assignment football, and defending both the width and the depth of the field. All right, again, we just changed the formation up. Same action in the backfield. We're still going to get the crossing action, but instead this time there being a slot receiver run the over route, we've got a tight end run the over route. We hit the comeback for a nice little 10, 12-yard gain. But it's a way to be multiple with your play action game, but also keeping it simple for your kids. And that's the main thing. So you can just go out and execute with confidence, and when they're attacking the defense, they feel confident in what they're doing. So one more shot of this. Just another change up on formation. Again, we get pressure off the edge. The quarterback knows that he's got a fullback coming in the flat. On the crossing route, he gets a little bit of edge pressure, dumps the ball off to the running back in the flat, and we get a 10, 12-yard gain on a play that could have been a negative yardage play. The quarterback has a lot of confidence right now, knowing that he's got a guy coming in the flat. He knows that that's his hot read, and is able to get the ball off quick. Last one here. This is just another formation, another way to change it up. And now we set our fullback offset to strength. We're still going to leak him in the flat, off the play action. Again, the quarterback knows that he's got a little bit of pressure in his face, that he's got a quick route in the flat, and he's able to get the ball off, dump it off to the fullback. We get a nice little gainer. Key in this is, again, being able to be multiple by changing your formations and changing your action, but also keeping it simple for your kids so they can just go out and execute.